Hello, Flosstube. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches, and this is my Flosstube update number 261. Today is Saturday, December 17th. I think it's the 17th. Yeah, the 17th. Um, and just, preparations for Christmas are in full swing, and time is getting tighter, and I have an uh, added complication of I'm having hand or wrist, whatever you call it, surgery for that. See that lump there? There's a lump. For my lump on Monday, the 19th. Um, and so I don't know how much and to what degree it's going to interfere with any stitching or any other things I do. I'm going to try today and tomorrow uh, to like wrap presents and things like that, because I don't know, if I have my hand all wrapped up or whatever, um, what I'll be able to do or not do uh, after Monday. So, and there's a little bit of confusion about. Um, I had talked. I don't know if I did it on this um, my regular updates, but in the ones I do with my sisters, the sticks and strings videos, I had talked about how when they called me to tell me my surgery date, um, that they were not. They said, "Well, we don't know what time it's going to be at." And I guess it's kind of standard procedure now. And also with the hand surgeries, I think the girl that I was talking to was saying that, very often people change their minds, I guess, and don't go through the surgery or whatever. I don't know. So so they were gonna call me on Friday with the time and everything. And so on the day before, I guess on Thursday, um, this woman from the office called to do all my pre-op stuff, and my list of medications and what I should or shouldn't do before the surgery and blah blah blah. And and so she and I were talking because I thought I vaguely remembered them saying that they would do the surgery like in the hospital, if because I think they were going to use a general anesthetic, and so because of my size, they wanted me to be in the hospital setting rather than the outpatient setting. But when she called, she said it didn't look that way. I mean, they had given me actually before when they called me about the place and date. They had given me the address of an outpatient clinic, the name and address of an outpatient clinic. And so, like I said, while in the meantime, before I talked to this woman about my medical history, um, I had that question about, is it going to be at the outpatient or the hospital setting? And so she said she didn't know. She didn't have any notes on there, but that she would, talk to the anesthesiologist and the surgeon, I guess, or something, and try to find out. Well, so then on Friday, yesterday, another woman, called me about the time and everything else. And so I asked her, is there any note in there, any indication in there as to whether it's going to be for sure at the outpatient clinic or the hospital or whatever? And she said she didn't have any notes. So I called the lady that had called me originally about the med list, the pre-op lady, and so she didn't know. Still, she hadn't gotten any information back, and so she said, "Well, I'll call and try to find out, and I'll call you back." And so I finally talked to her. She called me back, I guess, about 6 o'clock, and she said she had been trying and nobody was picking up, nobody was answering, and it was understandable, I guess, because it was Friday evening, and I guess everybody was gone. And so I still don't know. But she said she would email me the address of the place, and she said, go ahead and show up at the outpatient clinic, and if it's supposed to be in the hospital, it's just right, a few steps away. It's in the same complex. And so she sent me an email with the address, but it's like a different place and a slightly different address. So I thought, well, maybe I wrote the address down wrong, or whoever I spoke to first, because it's like 9520 or 9250. The suite number is the same, but the name of the place is different. So I have to look at the map and see if it's the same facility, just different, you're looking at different names, or, and like I said, if I wrote the address down wrong, or they told me the address with the name numbers backwards or whatever. But so, yeah, I don't know. I'm having surgery on Monday, and I don't know where, and I don't know, I have to figure that out. I have to look at the maps that she sent me, their PDFs on my phone or whatever. So I want to pull them up on my big computer and, take a look at them and see if it's essentially the same place. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. So, like I said, I don't know how much I'll be able to stitch on Monday or whatever. So after Monday, I should say. So we'll see. I think I'll probably be able to, at least, because this is the hand I'll be holding the hoop with, and so I'm probably going to figure something out. I don't know. So let's talk about stitching. So today I thought I would do a sort of a finish parade, and these are not FFO'd, they're just finished, and it's stuff I finished a long time ago, but I never FFO'd them, because I don't FFO anything. I'm so terrible. Actually, I have done that. I have a few pieces that I've FFO'd over the years, but just not that many, and compared to how many I've stitched, and so one of my goals for WIPGO is to put some FFOs on there, and I was thinking, gosh, do I have 25 FFOs? Because I was thinking, just 25 whips, and also I want to do new starts, so I might do 25 new starts. I don't know, but at least 25 FFOs, and some of the ones I have are very small and come with finishing instructions or whatever, and some of them I'm gonna have to come up with something myself, and so we'll see how that goes. But so I thought I would do an a finish parade, and I don't know actually over the next 2 Saturdays, because it's the 24th and the 31st, so I don't know exactly when I'm gonna be doing my update. Maybe I'll do it Friday night, and whatever, and I don't expect that people are going to be dropping everything to come and see my update, over the holidays. So I'll play that by ear a little bit. But what I would like to do also is, sorry, that's the washer flipping over there, singing a little song. But so on my WIPGO board for next year, I want to put whips and FFOs and new starts. And so I was starting to make a list today of the whips that are going to be on it, and the FFOs I made up. I was digging around and finding my finished pieces, and as far as I know, these are all my finishes. There may be some in the nooks and crannies of all my cross stitch stuff. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm going to start with what I've been working on this week, and I have a new start. This is a gift from Luminous Fiber Arts. I think it was in their newsletter or whatever, it was. Anyway, it was for people who've purchased things from her before, and I think I signed up for her newsletter, and so I think that's what this is from. But it says a gift from Luminous Fiber Arts. So she made a series of designs with this little gift tag, and she made this one here. It's called Frosty, and it's the stitch count is like 62 by 45. So actually, I started it thinking I was going to put it on this same fabric that I did the snow globe on. And I'm doing 2/2 on here. This is, I don't know if it's 28 or 32 count. 32, I think. But I thought, well, I don't know if it's going to be, bigger than I wanted it to be. I want it to be kind of small. And so last week, I think I misspoke. And I said this finish that I had, this gnome for the holidays, I said I thought it was on 32 count, but I think it's actually Hardinger 22 count. And this is 1/1, except for the wording is 2 threads. Gnome for the holidays is 2 threads, and this little border is 2 threads, right? And so on this same fabric, I have this Good Must I Be, which is another finish that needs to be FFO. And then this is the start of Frosty. And right here, these are, I didn't finish the cross. I just did one half of the cross. And I'm going to do the other half. But I wanted to get down here to the bottom. And this is about as big as it's going to be, because right over here is going to be the top border, right up here. So it's going to be about that tall and, about that wide. Not very big. So this is that 22 count Hardinger, and this is over 1. 1, because it's basically like Ada, but smaller than Ada. And it looks like, even weave or something like that when you look at it, until you look more closely and you can see it's more like Ada. But it's 22 count. So, yeah, so it's going to be small. And this is the little needle minder I got from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I ordered that when I was doing all my Jingle Ball craziness that I was doing. So, there's that. And then I did stitch a little bit more on my... These are stuck together with the needle minder. Hold on a second. I'm making a mess here. The Erica Michaels Nativity Berry, I did just a little bit more on that. And this is on, it's 1/1. I can unstick these. There we go. 1/1 on 25 count Lugana. And so I finished the outline of the stable. And I started, you can just see it, I started on Joseph's robe here. And this is Dried Thyme is this color here. So I still haven't decided on their faces. I got the DMC, for that is called for their faces. And there's a cat hair there. And I haven't decided if which one of those colors I'm going to use, or how, because it depends on this one right here, or this here, because baby Jesus has a very small face, and it's how those colors look against this blue and against the halo and all that. So we'll see. But anyway, so there's that. And then my WIPGO first piece for WIPGO is this Santa's House by Tinymodernist. And so I said I'm working on basically most of this outside. The only problem is this little deer here is a different color than a different brown number. These are all DMC threads, but this one is a different color. This brown is different than the other two reindeer, and somehow I don't have that one right now. I have to dig around and find it. But so what I've been working on is the primarily the white and blue there was a few little white random little snowdrops and things here that I had not done before. And so I finished those, and I finished the blue that's intermixed with this to make it look like snow. And I did the, what am I doing there? Pointing, talking about it, and not showing you what I did. So I did. I had only done one of the deer, the one in the back by the sled, before. So I finished this deer, and like I said, this one is a different color. So I did everything except the brown, and then the saddle color or blanket or whatever. And then I did the eyes and the belt of this little elf over here. I think, yeah, yeah. And then the snow over here I did just this weekend. I was doing it. I had done the blue, the light blue, in the snow here before, and then a Thursday when we were filming the Sticks and Strings video, I was working on this white, and I realized that I had made a mistake over here. I had left off some of the blue here, and I was just that meant the white was like in the wrong place, and it was gonna mess up. There's some trees that go up here. It was gonna mess them up. So I fixed it. Pulled it all out and fixed it. And then I finished the blue of this stove, and I did a little bit of the little white patch there. But I did all this upper part of the stove, this little stove pipe, and this little shelf thing. And then I did a little bit of the blue there's like a tablecloth over this. This is the legs of a table and chair or whatever. And so I did a little bit of the blue on the table legs. Yeah, so, yeah, and I think there's a little white dot that goes right here next to, this is the lantern on the back of the sleigh, and I think there's a little snowdrop dot there that I haven't done yet, so. But yeah, so it's coming along. So this little snowman still needs the nose. And there's, I think, some other colors of blue underneath on the bottom of the snowman here. But yeah, so that's coming along. I think I'm on day 6 or 7 with that. So there's not much more of that left before I start working on the wolf. But so now, my finish parade. So oh yeah, well, I'll get to that stuff later. So there's some things that I want to finish for Christmas, and there's this one that I did. I think I want to say last year. This is from Just Cross Stitch magazine, the 2020 December 2020 issue, and I think the designer is Dawn Frisky. I think Frisky. I'm gonna Friske. This is on, looks like 32 count linen or even weave or something like that. So cute, so cute. It's a round design. I think it's meant to be like a round frame, but like I said, I have like some ornament shapes that I don't know if they're quite big enough. But if not, I'll just I'll find a coffee can or something that's the right size and make a circle of that. And then, of course, I have this that I want to finish, and I don't know if I have decided what I'm going to do with it. But so that's, I think I showed that finish last week. And then I have and that one is, that's by Brenda Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread. That little book at the Snowball, I think. This is called Snow Globe Magic. I talked about this last week. So this is on, I want to say 32 count linen that I dyed myself. So there's that. And then and I already showed you the Gnome for the Holidays is by Don Frisk in the Just Cross Stitch magazine. It was in the same issue as the little snowman, and the Good Must I Be. I just looked at that pattern. I didn't bring all the patterns with me because and I can't remember the designer on that, but so I have the Gnome for the Holidays, Good Must I Be, and this little Frosty by Misty Pursel, Luminous Fiber Arts. So I had a few finishes that were bookmarks that I gave away, so I don't have those here, and those are FFO'd, by the way. And that was and I also did an adaptation of the Forest Owl, I think is what the pattern is called. And again, I didn't bring it with me, so I don't remember the designer. It might be Stitchy Princess, but I'm not sure. But it was like, some owls in a forest scene, and I just took the two of the owls and put them on this like a dish towel or a towel thing that I gave my sister-in-law, and I did a bookmark for a friend. I think it's Goddess Near to the Broken Hearted or something like that. And I did a Ben Franklin quote bookmark for my niece, and another one, another bookmark for a friend of ours, the gentleman that did my father's funeral service. I made a bookmark for him. I will look to the hills. I think it says it's that verse. And so then now, and the Christmas towel adaptation, I've talked about it here several times. It was Santa and all the reindeer. That one is finished, and it's FFO because it's on a towel, and I'm giving it for Christmas. So yeah. So those are the ones that I don't have here in this pile, and but the ones I do have in the pile, I in no particular order because I just plopped them in here as I found them. This is and I didn't write all these down, so and I don't have all the patterns. So, but this is Gathering Berries, I believe. Yeah, and it's somebody famous. It's either Luminous Fiber Arts or Ink Circles, and I can't remember which. Because it was in it was a series, and I want to say in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. There's or maybe it was a pattern by itself, a separate pattern, because there's 3 or 4 in this series, I think. There's Gathering Berries. There's an autumn one, like Gathering Nuts or whatever, Gathering Acorns. And there's a green one, and for spring. And I think there's I don't know. But I think this one was a different color, but I used one thread color, and I used to know, and I don't know. But anyway, I talked about it whenever it was that I did it. But this one is Gathering Berries, and I finished this in February for cross stitch camp. Yeah. So there's that. And this is Hippity Hop. And this is 1/1 on this tiny count fabric. And I think it is like, I don't know what, 46 count? Something very tiny. And this one is, I can't think of the designer's name. Sorry. This is something up. And this one I did for Cross Stitch Camp also, I think. In the summer. Yeah. In August, I guess I did this. Yeah. The cross stitch camp things were really good because they were like challenges to like, do something you've never done before or whatever. That, um, yeah, and the challenge on that was to start and finish within the month that camp was going on. Um, so actually, let me see. I have the right handy here. Other things I did for cross stitch camp. Um, this one I did for cross stitch camp last year. This is called Spring, and this is by I almost said her name. Oh, what is her name? I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't say it. But it was a designer I had never used before. Done anything for hers before I did this. And this is on I want to say 32 count. Um, some kind of linen. Yeah, but that one. And then this is by Chessie and Me. This is also 1/1 on 32 count Fleur Murano Carré from Hobby Lobby. And it has this big rose on there. Where you do the there's like 5 spokes or something in the pattern, and then you just weave uh, in it up and down around those spokes and around and around and around till you feel it finished up. But yeah. So and these are my initials, EAM down here, and it says 22 because I couldn't fit the whole year in there. But there's a little bunny, and it's a sampler. This was for Sampler September. Um, I don't even have it written down here. Yes, I do. Yeah. So for cross stitch camp, the cross stitch camp challenge for Sampler September was actually you doing the whole fall from September 1st through December 31st to do a sampler because most samplers are very big, of course, but I chose a little one. So that's what this was for. So I finished this in October. But it's a sampler technically. There's an alphabet there. It's just a bunny sampler. And this is Chessie and Me on 32 count. And then speaking of 32 count Fleur, this is I want to say this is March and this is April. Okay, so this is the March Rabbit. There's the little bunnies there. And they've got little flower umbrellas. You see the flowers? So this is one of the only 2 that I finished. I actually have the January one out in the garage. I realize it's out in the garage. So that one has to be FFO'd also. And then this is, I want to say see, that one was March. This is April. And these are both by, and this, no, sorry, this is Pink Splash, Murano Carré. And I don't know that they still make this. I haven't seen it lately. But this is also 32 count Murano Carré. All of these rabbits I'm doing on the same count of fabric, just different colorways that they have on this. But so these rabbits are by Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. And this one is one of my oldest WIPs. And this is one that I did on the wrong orientation. The fabric's supposed to go this way, and I did it this way. But there's still, I think, room enough for finishing. But so I started this sampler before my nephew was born. My nephew Eli was born in 97. I started it like maybe a few months before he was born, and when it was clear that I wasn't going to finish it before he was born, I set it aside. And once in a while I'd take it out and look at it, but I didn't finish it until I put it on my WIPGO board and I finished it. So yeah, so I finished it this year. It says down here, 2022. So I have to FFO that as well. And then I have this Western Biscornu. This is also on my WIPGO list. I started it and I worked on it during Stitch Shenanigans, 2019. Yeah, I think so. And finished it. It was also on my WIPGO board, so I finished it this year. So it just needs to be put together. And I've done 2 Biscornus before, so theoretically I shouldn't be that hard. I know they're not really that, hard to put together. It just involves a lot of hand sewing, and that's not one of my fortes, but I should be able to do it in a day or two. And then this is a little free design that was on the counter at the register at the attic some time ago. And this little lanyap, little free gift by, I want to say Bristol. I have the pattern here, but there's no picture. It's just the pattern. But it came in a little kit with the finishing fabric and this thread. Yeah. Lanyap Designs. Yeah. It says Bristol Free Chart is what it says. So I don't know if that refers to the style of the design or whatever, but yeah, so it's very tiny. So, yeah. But so I want to do something with that. I don't know what exactly. Make maybe a pincushion because it comes with this little backing fabric. That's one of my problems with FFOs. I have very little imagination about what to do with them. And then I have this little scissor fob. This was also on my WIPGO board. It's beneath the bow. This is another Chessie and Me. Do I have this wrong way? No, I don't. So this is front and back of a scissor fob by Chessie and Me. And so again, that just needs to be put together. And then this I finished, I want to say in 2020. It was supposed to be a Christmas gift for my mother. And, that was the year that she passed away. But this is, I don't know if it's Burns Gervais with that needle and thread. I don't know. It's very primitive in style, but it's so cute. And that big giant Santa, big fat Santa, little houses, and the reindeer pulling the snowman on the sled, or wagon or whatever. Yeah. So that's that one. I do want to make that into I think a pillow. I don't know. And then this is one of my favorite Prairie Schooler snowman. Santas. This one, North Wind. The little bunnies are getting their ears blown back. The Santa's getting blown. So this is I don't remember what year. I have the pattern somewhere, but yeah, so this is a prayer school with Shanta. And then this one I made, I want to say last year, um, for my sister. There's a little button that goes on his nose right here. Goes that for his nose. It's a little carrot button, and I have it, somewhere. But so yeah, because of course I didn't want to sew it on till I was almost till I had like put some. I wanted to put some interface on the back, and so I haven't sewn the nose on, but yeah. So this is little snowman. So that's that. And then this is a freebie that was in the during the pandemic. A lot of designers did little freebies. That's some version of Be Well or whatever. So yeah, so I did that. I have an idea for that one. And then this I finished, I want to say in the summer or sometime in 2021. So, I flipped that down. This is Twin Peak Primitives, I think. And there's a little mice carrying the eggs and this bunny painting the Easter eggs. Easter preparation, that's what this is called. Yeah. And this is on, I want to say 28 count Lugana. You like Lugana. And then these, I have two designs here from Stitching with the Housewives. This is Pumpkin Pile. And this is fabric I dyed myself. I had dyed it originally for Sleepy Hollow, designed by Tinymodernist, the little mystery Sal. But it turned, but it came out too dark, because the Sleepy Hollow design has a lot of black in it, and it wouldn't have shown up on here. So I set this linen aside, but then it was perfect for this little Halloween design. So that's Pumpkin Pile. This is 32 count linen, but the design is by Stitching with the Housewives. And then this also is a Stitching with the Housewives design. This is sorry, that's the back. Ghoul Garland. Ghoul Garland. That's a ghost and pumpkins. And this is that same fabric. And I have another one that I have that fabric set aside for called Cataween Cal. It's the cat she had. I think one of her sons has it now. But the cat's name was Calvin, and he's wearing a little Halloween costume kind of thing. And this is another of my oldest whips, and this is Midnight Meow. It's a Jan Lynn design, a little kit. It came with the Ada and the threads and stuff. And I finally finished it. I don't know. I don't think it was on my WIPGO board. I think I just finally finished it. Yeah, or maybe it was on my WIPGO. I don't know. And then this was Owl Forest embroidery. Upside down. It came with the fabric and the threads and everything. This is a Elephant and Pug, I think is the name of it. It's in Russian up here, so it's Cyrillic. But yeah, there's that. Really nice design. I have another small kit from Owl Forest that I plan to start at some point. And another design of theirs, their Monster Wonder Whale, I've worked on my WIPGO. And this is Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design. Little bunnies of button tails. Yeah, those little carrots. So this is, this is on, I want to say 32 count, like even weave or linen. Yeah. And this is, this is Four Fat Friends by, again, the name is on the tip of my tongue. People are probably screaming at me. But I think this was a freebie from them. Doggone it. I can't think of the name of the designer. Very famous, but I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, Four Fat Friends. Sharon Metcalf did this design also. And that kind of prompted me to finish it. Yeah, I did that. And then this little tiny thing by Lindy Stitches. Little guy. Turtle Love? I don't remember exactly. But yeah, and I had a piece of interface cut out for it. I just haven't finished doing it. And this one also, and I think, oh no, this is a little freebie, and I don't remember who the designer is. And this is also, I want to say 32 count. I don't know if it's even weave or whatever. But yeah, that's really cute. And I can't quite remember the name of the design or the designer. Somebody famous, I don't know. And this is I think a Pursel's Pocket little kit that came with this fabric and the I think it's black raspberry jam, excuse me, is the thread color on that. So there's the snowman. And I have two little pin pillows that were I think cat and a kitten or something like that. These two different pillows, and I have a rabbit that's out of this also. So that needs to be FFO'd. And this is a hedgehog. It goes, it makes up into a little like sort of 3D design thing, and I have like the little button tail and various things that go with it. It has beading on it, and we can see there's the beads. So I've done everything except put it together, stuff it and put it together. And this I won. This is what is the name of this person? Oh, but she makes a bunch of these little, she makes little mice and stuff like that. I can't think of her name, but Just Nan Designs. And so I have all the stuff that goes with it, and I won this from Kitchen Stitcher, and she sent me some stuffing, to put inside it and all that. But yeah, that's little hedgehog. And then this is something I finished. This was what I started back with just after my my surgery. So I think I started this in 2000, my brain surgery in 2016 or 2017. I had started it maybe a little bit before that, but I finished it. This is what I worked on primarily when I went back to after my surgery, started stitching again. And this is from a book I have, Safari Animals or something like that. And I don't remember the designer name, but yeah, it's really pretty. Little elf. I like that a lot. And then this, penguin. I love this penguin. Right here on the envelope that he's carrying, I think he just had like, random lines to make it look like the address of a letter. But but I changed it, and it says to Santa. He's writing to Santa. So he's walking in the snow. And this, I think, was a kit, and I do not remember the designer off the top of my head. And but I finished it during Stitch Shenanigans. Yeah. So I think I was just doing. You can't see it here, but there's just white that he's the white that he's the snow that he's walking on. But yeah, that's really cute little penguin. I finished it Stitch Shenanigans, so that would have been, again, like 2019, 18 or 19. And then this is Eeyore. There's a loose thread there. Again, this is an old WIP, and there was a mistake somewhere in here. So yeah, he's a little fudged around here. But yeah, this I believe was a kit, because this cloth says Disney on the back of it. Yeah, so I finished that a long time ago. I don't know when, 17, 18. And then this I'd had for a long time, and I still have like, I bought some random stuff to finish it with, and I don't, but this is Midnight Ride, and it says 2018. That's when I finished it. But originally the design I got from, I don't know what cross stitch magazine it was in, but the year says something like 1998 or something like that. So yeah, that's how long I had it. Before I actually finished it. And it had French knots for his eyes, so they look very owlish. But it has a ribbon. It has some ribbon for his reins, and I want to say something metallic, for the year and for the runs on this sled, and this gold, yeah. But yeah, so there's that one. And then this is also from it's You I Like. This is I want to say it's from, like Mr. Rogers, and I can't remember if this was from Kitten Stitcher or somebody else, or maybe it was Bendy Stitcher. I don't remember. I associate it with Bendy Stitcher for some reason. I don't remember why. But I did this little border around it, and I made one of these for my friend Kirill, who's a violinist, and I don't know. But I had this thread, this fabric. I mean, that I had I dyed myself, and it was, I thought, well, I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but I put this It's You I Like on it, and this is, I want to say it's 28 count Lugana, I think, but I'm not sure, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. Let's set that aside for now. Let me talk about that in a minute. And so I have this little penguin. Oops, wrong side. That's the back. This little penguin, this ice skating penguin. And it was it came with this fabric, and it came with a little template to make it like a greeting card. It has a little circle around it to put it in this card or whatever. And I'm not really into cards per se, so I think I want to finish it in another way. But yeah, so that's the little penguin, little ice skating penguin. So cute. And I got this from a magazine, and not just cross stitch, but some other cross. I think it's a British cross stitch magazine. I can't think of the name of it. And then I have this that came with this one. This is, I can't think of the name of the designer. I just looked right at it a few minutes ago. But it's a little, like a pendant. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. Yeah. But this is called Squirrel's Night Out, I think, was the name of the design. So there's a little squirrel, and he's wearing his Halloween hat and carrying his Halloween candy bucket. Yeah, so it comes with like a little black rectangular pendant kind of backing, and a piece of like rat tail string for the neck, and you just mount this on the pendant back thing, make a little pendant necklace kind of thing out of it. And then in here, and I think I may have to rework some of these. These are little I guess kind of like, ornaments or whatever. So they came with these little kits. They came with a little plastic frame and a piece of cardboard backing or whatever. So I have a few of them. Some are round and this little square. But see, so some of them I cut the fabric too tiny. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly. So this is supposed to be in the square one, and I cut it wrong. But this is Santa Claus, and he's smoking a pipe there, I think. Yeah, he's got a pipe. And yeah, so there's Santa. I don't know what I'm going to do with that one. And then there's this little rabbit. And this is a kit also. This rabbit and his carrot. And then this is Unto Us a Child is Born. It's Joseph and Mary and the baby in the manger. And then this is something that I had. This is ribbon embroidery. And it was a little kit. I don't know if it was where it was in. It was in a magazine, or if it was... No, because it came with a little card frame kind of thing. So I don't know where I got it. I got it a long time ago, and I did the embroidery and mounted it in this card for my mother. But it was so bad. I mounted it with like masking tape. I didn't know any different, and so this was kind of folded around whatever this I guess piece of paper or something or whatever it was mounted on. So I want to remount this. It's a little bit smashy, but so I did this for my mother a long time ago, and like I said, when I found it, when they were moving out here, and I was going through all the stuff, and I found this, and the like I said, I had mounted it with masking tape, and the masking tape was kind of like this, just dried up and unstuck, whatever. So yeah, it needs to be remounted. And that's all I have for my finishes. So among those, I'm going to do, and maybe I'll do like 2 FFOs if those little tiny ones. Do 2 at a time or something, so that it's worth my while. So I can cram more of them on my FFO board. I don't know. But another thing was that for I don't know if I had mentioned this before or not. I feel like there's some here that some patterns that I don't remember if I talked about them before or not. Things that I got at the attic and other things. I think there were some things that I had ordered from someplace, and Those are all from the attic. So I think these threads, I think I had talked about them before. I ordered them from somewhere because I couldn't, yeah, Kentucky Bluegrass, Brethren Blue. Yeah, I think I talked about these at some point. And I also think about, yeah, I think I had talked about these, I'm not sure. This is Silver Creek Samplers Kringle Flying Academy, excuse me. Sorry about the glare there. There's Santa riding on Rudolph. He's got his big long hat flowing in the breeze. And this one, Christmas Star, this is Cottage Garden Samplings. I think I did show these, I'm not sure though. Yeah, this one I did, Kangaroo Roo Crew. This by Plum Street Samplers. And this is the reindeer. Yeah, this is that Cottage Garden Samplings, number 12. I think I did show that. And the reindeer dance by the Mindful Needle. Dawn Frisk. There she is. Yeah. So she's the one who did the one of those ones I showed you. And then this one, it was the one I had questioned about whether or not I'd shown it. The 7th Mousecapades, the final Mousecapades design. Happy Christmas, it says. And there's, yeah, I think I did show this now that I think about it. There's a little mouse dressed as Santa. There, mouse Santa and the reindeer flying over there. I did show this finally. Anyway, as part of the Jingle Ball, all the money that I spent there, I showed you. I think I showed all the designs that I bought, except I forgot that I had bought Erica Michaels designs too. So this is Goodwill to Men. It has that little, there's a little square design, and there's also a berry design down here. And it says, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill to men. So there's that. Let me turn it. Yeah. And then, so my sister infected me with her berry disease. This is ChrisMoose berry. It says mooses. And these berries. And then this is Jingleberry. So there's one that's sort of upside down. And then a little tiny one here. And then this one here. So that's very different. When I was looking at those, there was one berry that has a Santa on it. And I thought, I think Eve has that already. I want to make sure I didn't get one that she already had. Because, as one of my viewers pointed out, Santa's Young Buck, one of the designs that I bought at the Jingle Ball, is in the 2021 winter issue of Punch Needle and Printer Stitcher, which I have. So yes, I have seen that design before, and then I just bought it at the Jingle Ball. So, and I don't know what the ethics of are of, like, you know, I know that if I purchased 2 of these, you know, there's no problem if I wanted to give one away and, you know, do a giveaway. But the version of Santa's Young Buck that I purchased, I might, if I have, you know, I know I have it in the 2021 magazine, but then, you know, the one that I purchased was a PDF, and so I know some people have ethical issues about, you know. But if I did a giveaway of it, I would just send the physical paper copy of the PDF. So it'd be like sending a pattern. But I don't know. I'll think about it. But I also bought this one, Humbly Born. This is Erica Michaels also. It's not a berry. Humbly born in a stable rude, the friendly beasts around him stood. Jesus, our brother, kind and good. So there's, let me see, it's right this way. Yeah, a little stack of beasts in the manger, in the stable. Yeah, so there's that one. And then also I got the free Jingle Ball design. Yeah. So, and then real quick here, I want to point out some other things. Just a little Christmas swag. So my cousin Mary, one of my cousins sent this little card. It's really cute. And then one of my viewers, Edith McClanahan, that was a winner of a giveaway at some point, sent this little card, and I put this little hanger on it. I don't know if there was a hanger in the envelope. On the envelope, it said "Do not bend," and it didn't seem like it was bent, but the bottom corner of the envelope was torn off. So I don't know if there was anything else in there besides this, but it's a little card. On the inside, she said, it's a little, has a little message, and she wrote to thank me for the giveaway. But so yeah, there's this little card, and it's gonna go on the tree. This little, oh man, they're so cute. Look at their little faces. Oh, it's so adorable. Thank you. And then last night, my sisters and I went to a little Christmas party at our church for the women's Bible study, and I won this little ornament. And then there were just some little swag things. These little books that had candy in them. It says, "Is Christmas Unbelievable?" is this little book they gave us. And then they also, at the table, there was a little trivia quiz, and so they gave us pencils. So this one has little Santas on it. And then some spiced tea mix, and a little mug. And this mug has a penguin and a polar bear and a big Santa and a snowman and a penguin there. Yeah. So that was fun. So I got like I said, the recipe for the spiced tea. And I'm gonna stick this stuff in there without poking the tea. And then one other thing I did was I made, for on our Sticks and Strings videos, my sisters and I are hitting our 100th episode of Sticks and Strings, and that will release on Christmas Day. So we're doing a little bit of a celebration giveaway on our Sticks and Strings videos, and if you want to get in on that, you have until the 21st to sign up for it. And the instructions and giveaway stuff information is at the end of one of those videos, so you can see what I did and what we're doing. And so my giveaway is my item that I'm doing as a giveaway is a pattern, and it comes with the threads and that came in it, and then I added to that these little floss drops, and I've discovered one that I forgot to punch a hole in it at the top, but so these are from this are Christmas paper crafts at Hobby Lobby, and they don't come with the holes punched in them. They're just solid like a tag basically. They don't have the hole in the top and they don't have the hole in the bottom. They're just Santa. Like this without the hole on the bottom, right? And they're just solid, and they're like a heavy duty like paper, but I have a big hole, round hole punch, and this one doesn't have one, a small hole punch for the top, or just a regular hole punch for the top, and then so I put a pack of these. The pattern has like 18 DMC colors, and I just put these come in like packs of 20. But so you can find these at Hobby Lobby in the Christmas, Christmas section. They have like all this beads and other design things, jingle bells and stuff like that. But they have these, and you can, they make lovely floss drops. And I have printed off some stuff. I've watched a couple of videos of how-to videos of, how to make your own floss drops. And so that's one of the things I'm interested in doing. I just haven't done it yet. So that is all I have for now. Well, that's enough. I'm still working on my WIPGO board, and so like I was just making a list of whips that I want to put on there, and then like I said, this FFO pile that I have just ran you through here, and then I'm gonna. So I want to do whips and FFOs and new starts on each of the pulled dates, pulled months. So the FFO should only take me a day or two. Maybe 3 at the most, and then the whips. I'm gonna put short goals on there, so not 10 whole days, but fewer days than that. Maybe I don't know, 5 days, 6 days, I don't know, and then that'll give me time to do a new start also. So for each number pulled, I'll have a whip, an FFO, and a new start, and that should take, say, half the month between the whip and the new start, and give me a day or two for the FFOs, and then the same thing for the second one, right? And then we'll go from there. So I have a whole pile of patterns that I could pull new starts from. And so I haven't. So I think what I'm going to do is just put new start, new start, new start. And not put a specific one. I want to do this where is it? The Cottage Garden Samplings, Year in the Woods animals that I've been collecting the patterns, of course, all this year, and I haven't started any of them, and now I can't put my hands on any on the one that I have. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, so this series of Year in the Woods animals, of course I have 12 of them now, and I haven't started any of them, so I want to at least start them. And I have I think kind of matching fabric, and maybe I'll, like, this one is on a blue background, so maybe some of them I'll do, ooh, sorry about the glare, a little bit different color background, but they're all, I wanted to make them all kind of relatively the same, but anyway, so that's sort of my amorphous plans. I want to do a whip parade, either on the 24th or the 31st. Like I said, I'm kind of playing it by ear as to what I'm going to do for those dates for updates, because they're Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. But we'll see. Anyway, so that is all I've got this week. This is longer than I usually do. I will see you next time. And until then, keep stitching, and thanks for watching. Bye.